Since I keep it pretty dark in my media room so I can watch the projector, it was very difficult to see my keyboard. So I finally broke down and bought a lighted one. Oh, what a difference. Before I was having to use a little light to shine the keys. I have to fix everything. Now I can type and I can actually see the letters. I can make it brighter or less brighter, and it was like $29. And with shipping and everything, it was still cheaper than the normal price of $45 on Amazon. It was on special. So I am excited about it because I can actually see the keys and type in the dark. There's Scott Miller and all my other stuff that I watch. You can see I have a lot of tabs open all the time, but it's pretty cool. Watching videos right now on different places to live in the world for $500. And I have to say, other than the fact it's so far away and the language barrier, Thailand and Vietnam would be number one on my list. I remember when I lived in Thailand, it was great. I could go out. I was renting a nice studio apartment on the 6th floor of a building overlooking the jungle, the ocean, the largest temple of the area, and like a block away from the market that was open 6 days a week. And I could go down there any day of the week and buy $3 worth of food, and they sell it on in little bags. And I love Thai and Vietnamese food. For $3, I'd had like 4 meals. It was amazing. I rented a motorcycle. It cost me, I think, $30 for a month. And I could go drive around, go to the beaches, have seafood cocktails right on the beach, have a beer, and everything was dirt cheap. I mean, $30 for a bike. I could rent it. That was for a month. If I rented it by the day, it was $5 a day, and it was pretty funny because a cup of coffee at Starbucks was $5. The motorcycle for the day was $5. So there was no relationship. Some things are expensive, foreign things like Starbucks and all that. But aside from that, everything else is dirt cheap. When I was there the first time that I stayed for 6 months, I bought a motorcycle just so I could get around. And this was in Bangkok. And I paid $700 for a motorcycle. Let me see if I can show it to you. So this was the motorcycle I had in Thailand. It was a cruiser bike, but it was funny because I've had big bikes up to Goldwing 1100, and this was a Kawasaki 190. But it was great because it had saddlebags in the sides and a box in the back, so I could go shopping and fill it all up. My girlfriend and I, we traveled all over with that thing, everywhere. And it had lots of lights in the front. It was a little bit bigger than some of the little bikes they had there, but it was pretty cool. That would be the perfect thing here in Nicaragua. But here I have an enduro bike, which in retrospect is probably not the wisest choice since I never go off-road, and that bike would have been a lot more comfortable on the road. But I bought it for $700, I sold it for $700, and I used it for 4 or 5 months. It was great. And it was a Japanese bike. You could buy a Chinese one at the time, and this was back, 14 years ago. You could buy a Chinese one for like $550, $600 new, but at the time the Chinese metal was not that great. Kawasaki had been around for a long time and had better resale value, so it worked great. But yeah, I would definitely move to Thailand or Vietnam just for the ocean, to go sailing, to go scuba diving, and to live cheaply. Where I stayed, it had air conditioning, and that was great. Oh, I tell you, traveling, it's a wonderful thing.